Hi girls, I'm going to do a quick video for you where I explain page 107 of your Viva book, and I know you are only doing this side, so I'm going to explain these first two from this side as my examples. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you about is 24 divided by 3 is 8, so we should know then that 8 times 3 would equal 24, so that the sum can reverse. So that's why they're saying 24 divided by 3 is 8. So 8 times 3 is also 24, which is something I'm sure you girls are familiar with. With the second example, I just wanted to show you that if you've forgotten what something is, this is how we divided a 2-digit by a 1-digit number. We did it in the beginning of the term. You should know all of these, but just in case you don't, remember you can break up the sum into, for example, 30 and 6, and you always make it the 10 and then the units, and you know that 30 divided by 6 is 5, and 6 divided by 6 is 1, so our answer is 6, because 36 divided by 6 is 6, or you could use this method, but it's very simple. You shouldn't need to use that. I just put it in there in case you don't know what any of these answers are. The next question says, how many 5s in 30, or how many 5s in 45? And there you can look at your answer, your example in the book, and you can see there are 6 5s in 30, there are 9 5s in 45, and I'm going to jump across to this one which says there are 10 5s, and we know 10 5s are 50, remainder 2 in 52. Now I've done the first one, which is 6s in, and you are going to do these two, just so that we could do one together. So I'm just going to grab my pen. 6s in 18. Okay, so we know that 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. And we basically then saying 18 divided by 6, and 18 divided by 6, we see we use 3 6s, so you know 18 divided by 6 is 3. How many 42s in 6? 42 divided by 6 is 7. This is just from knowing your times tables. You know that 6 times 7 is 42. When you know your times tables, you'll know that 6 times 6 is 36. If you want to work it out by saying 6 plus 6 plus 6 all the way until you get to 42. So you go 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24, plus 6 is 30, plus 6 again is 36. Then you can see I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used 6 6s in total, which means that 36 divided by 6 is 6. You can use this method if you want to. Just write on a scrap piece of paper or on the side of your book if you need to, but you should know that 6 times 6 is 36. Just like you know that 60 divided by 6 is the same as saying 6 times what is 60, and 6 times what is 60? 6 times 10 is 60. Now, this is where it gets a little bit difficult. When we say 6 times 40, we've got to think what the closest number to 40 is that is a 6 times table. So we just did this one just now, which was 6 times 36. So if I think about 6, I'll write it nicer. If I think about the fact that 6 times 6 equals 36, then I know that that 6 will go into 36 6 times, okay? But now my number wasn't 36, my number was 40. So if you say 40 take away 36, the answer will be 4. Or you can count up and say 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And I said I had 4. So then you know your remainder is 4. So I used two different strategies there. I could have either said 40 take away 36 is 4, or you can just count up 37, 38, 39, 40, and I know that my difference, my remainder, was 4, because we can't get another 6 in there. All right, we can only get 4 in between those two numbers. It wasn't exact. I'll do the next one with you just to make sure you understand completely. So 55, we know that 55 can't go into 6. There's no times table that equals 55. So if you want to do it the way that you make super short, it is a bit longer, but it can help you. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, and you keep going and you keep saying 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 plus 6 is 18, 18 plus 6 is 24, 30, 36. We can still go closer than 36. So then the next one is 42. We can go closer than 42. What about 48? Okay, maybe we can even go one closer. 48 plus 6 would be 54. So 54 is, and if I counted all my 6s, 9 times 6 equals 54. There we go. But my number wasn't 54, my number was 55. So what I'm going to say is 55 take away 54, which is 1. So that means my remainder, so I'm going to rather say that here, 9 times, 6 goes into 55, 9 times remainder 1. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. If you need some help, just give a shout.